All right, hold on. Gotta go ahead and show off the fit real quick before we get into this video, man. Look, I ain't doing too much, but I'm also not doing too little. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at the feet. We got Gardener Claw on the feet. I feel like I don't even gotta explain this. I got a video on my channel. I rock these in a bunch of fits. It's enough said. Next up, Levi's jeans. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've never seen or felt Levi jeans that felt like this, but they was at Goodwill for approximately $6.99, so I had to pick them up. Next up, Denim Tears Kiss My Grits gingham shirt. You already know, if you tune into my YouTube channel, y'all see this a lot. This is not going nowhere. Under that, tank top. On top, black designer, black owned brand. Yeah, Chevron at the top, man. Look, nothing too crazy. But I know what you're thinking though. I know what you're saying. It's 101 degrees. There's a heat wave hitting the world right now. Why are you rocking a long sleeve? That's why you go tank under the shirt, bro. Spring fits, summer fits, you always gotta think tank under it. So if I crack it open like this, you feel me? Not too crazy, but you still got the fit together though. But now that we're on the topic of summer and it being hot outside, the main summer staple for anybody out there is deodorant. You need deodorant. So I don't care if it's Degree, Old Spice, Dove, Native, if you want to go the more natural route, you need deodorant. You need to. Nobody wants to be around somebody that's funky. So you gotta do the deodorant. Fellas, I'm gonna put you on game. So you go here with it, you go here with it, and you hit the deodorant, then you get the little scented roller that you put on the skin. You go here with it, go here with it, even go here with it, and here with it. Then you get the cologne. It's you get all that. You're not gonna have any bad experiences. First experiences matter. And guess what? People smell you before they see you. So that's all I'm saying. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the top 5 sneakers of the summer. The sneakers that you can do no wrong by copying today. And I'm gonna give you some sources because a lot of these sneakers that I'm seeing from a lot of these companies out there, they're on sale. You can get something that originally costed like $200, $150. You can get it for about 60 bucks. So stay tuned, relax, kick back, grab a snack, and let's get into that number 1 option. Now there's no way, there is no way I do a top 5 sneakers of the summer list and I don't add this company. I have to do it first because by the time we get to the end of 2026 this year, this company is going to be in the top 10. And it might go top 5. Personally, from what I've seen and it being July already, this company's going top 3 without a shadow of a doubt. And of course, I'm talking about Vans. Vans has been on one of the most legendary runs I've seen for a year. They have dropped some of the best sneakers I've seen. And people are not just buying 1 or 2, gracious 3. People are buying 10s, 20s. They're refilling their entire closet with Vans sneakers. And of course, I'm not talking about every silhouette from Vans, but that Vans authentic low top sneaker, you don't genuinely, if you already have sneakers in your closet and you're like, I just need something for the summer, I don't want to rock something that's bulky, I don't want to rock anything that's heavy, you genuinely could buy 4 pairs of these for the price that you will pay for a resale collab sneaker. You can buy 4 pairs of these. So you could go basic, you could get something like this. Obviously, this is from Greg Betty, the designer that was at Vans. You can get 4 pairs of these and be straight the entire summer. You don't even need to get another pair of sneakers this summer. These are so much the sneaker of the summer that people are even taking scissors to the back of their shoes. Not these, but just regular, authentic, low top Vans. They're taking scissors to the back of these joints and turning them into mules. So shout out to Jordan Watkins, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He kind of ushered in this wave of people cutting it up. He did like the red pair, the yellow pair. He did like this like green or like this bluish one. Phenomenal, bro. And I see more people doing it. They're buying like that dyeing. I think it's like that RIT dye that people dye to dye their sneakers. Like they're dipping the shoe, giving it like multicolors, quad colors. Like they're doing so much with the authentic. I'm just loving what they're doing. Like, this is just really dope to see. I'm seeing so much creativity, so many different colorways. People are adding like charms. Obviously the Satoshis had like the charms on the front, but I've seen people do these so many different ways. I would be remiss if I did not make a top 5 sneakers of the summer list, and these are not on the list. Again, people are buying it regular. People are buying these to buy, to cut up the bag to make into a mule. Again, I'm seeing so much creativity with it. And the great thing about it, bro, even with the recent hype around Vans, they're still $100, $130. Even on resale, I bought these resales for $10 over retail, bro. Like, you can get these for a very affordable price. And if you want to go basic, they're selling right now on their site for 40 bucks, 60 bucks. Like, these, I promise you, bro, these are not going nowhere anytime soon. Vans is doing a lot of great things. What I've seen from Paris Fashion Week, they're also just killing it for the next season as well, 2027. So again, number 1 has to go to Vans. Now it is time for number 2. Now, I know I'm talking about sneakers, and I know what I'm about to mention right now is not a sneaker. That's cool though, because we're talking about footwear that you can get right now. The Gardner Plasticana Claw. I promise you, bro, if you have not seen these yet, you're about to start seeing these way more. I'm seeing way more content creators. I'm seeing way more things hit my feed or my Explore page about these clogs. And I'm all for it because I've been a fan of clogs for the past like 3 years. And I'm seeing people talk about it more. So hopefully that means that more creativity comes out of it. People are able to do their own things with it because I just want to see more clogs. I have 8 pairs of clogs in my closet. I've seen people style these up really nice with a cardigan. I've seen people rock these with like baggy jeans. I've seen people just rock a really casual outfit. The great thing about these clogs and which I love is you can style these up as much as you want. You can go full like sports coat, trousers, like a button-up shirt, a button-up shirt, and you can go these clogs and it looks really good. Like, there's nothing that doesn't really look too good with these, whether it be denim, shorts, like whatever the case may be, these always look good. That is why I'm always packing these in my suitcase. And these are like, I want to say, I may be wrong, I think these are like still under $80, bro. $80 for something that's comfortable, something that's versatile, and something that can get you and warrant you attention because people are now catching up to like the whole clog wave. So like, I'm all for these, and these shoes are something I'm going to be wearing the entire summer. Anytime I go anywhere, you can bet I have these in my bag, have them on my feet. They're good traveling shoes. When I go on a plane, I pack these. Like, these are just amazing. And you don't have to do too much because you can just put them on. There's no lacing, there's no hassle with nothing. Like, you go into the airport, you can take them off. If you're at the beach, you can take them off and slip them back on. Like, these are just amazing shoes just to have. I promise you. I'm not usually for vouching too much for something, but these are fire. The only problem I have with these though is I've only seen 3 colorways. Not even from just this brand because other people sell these. I've only seen olive, I've only seen black, and I've only seen these tan pairs. I want multiple different colors. But other than that, these are fire. Again, we're talking about footwear for the summer. These are fire. Now, let's go ahead and get into number 3. Now, the sneaker that I'm about to say, if people are like, man, of course he added that in there. If you said that right now, you're lying. I don't see anybody talking about these. Like, genuinely don't see a soul talking about these. And I'm talking about the Asics Gel Nimbus 10.1. This is a silhouette that Vanity the Pink did their collab with, and I thought that collab was so good, bro. And I know it has more of like that gorpy aesthetic, but like similar to how like the Gel Keanu kind of like had their wave in like 2023, I feel like this Gel Nimbus 10 is a silhouette that is really fire. And obviously you have the comfortability aspect. They're very like simple in their design, very simple in the colorways. Like, I've seen colorways on Essence go for like 66 bucks. I've seen different like silhouettes on like Dover or like these other like sneaker pages, not sneaker pages, but sneaker websites go for like 50 bucks, bro. You're getting a premium sneaker that's comfortable, versatile, and like it has some level of like uniqueness to it for around Under 100 is crazy, bro. That's all I'm saying. Under 100 for a sneaker in this day and age when inflation is through the roof, you got to get in on it. And plus, I feel like this is one of those sneakers where, like, if you're not too much on like the color side, like how I am, this is one of those sneakers that I feel like you could gravitate to, because like I haven't seen really crazy colorways. I feel like all their colorways are very like, you know, muted. Not muted, but like they're not as colorful as some of the other sneakers in my closet. That's all I'm saying. So the Gel Nimbus 10.1, I feel like, again, it goes with everything. You could pack these and go to the beach. You could pack these to just, you know, be somewhere on vacation. Like, I feel like this is like, if you're going on vacation and you're packing sneakers, this is the one that's like for the excursions or just being outside. Like, obviously other ones are comfortable, but I feel like these are like more so like for terrain, if you're like going on a hike, if you're going on, you know, a dune buggy, or if you're going, like, I feel like that's what this category is for. So it's a great summer sneaker, and I feel like you can get a lot of bang for your buck. The ones that I've seen online, these are going for under $100. Like, you can't really beat that. Now, for number 4, I'm going to keep it real. As much as I talk about sneakers, as much as I have people who are, you know, sneaker designers, and how many enthusiasts that I bring on who are also a part of like the sneaker community, as much as I talk about this stuff, I was not familiar with the Puma VS1. I was not familiar. But if you just tuned into my recent YouTube short, I just found out about the silhouette through this collab that they did. This is heat. There's no notes. I have nothing to say. This sneaker is like everything you would want from like a low top sneaker, what you would want from a summer sneaker. Obviously, we had the little Yachties that had the same color scheme. We had the Solomons that had the same color scheme. Then you have these. That colorway is just fire every time. It's hard to beat that colorway. Red, yellow, green, it's hard to beat that. So these Puma VS1s, like, these are fire. And I've seen other colorways. I've seen they do something like with texture, and like, I didn't expect this from Puma. I never counted Puma out, but I did not expect this from them. And I'm really loving what they're doing with this silhouette. It kind of puts me in mind, and I can never remember the name of it, but from Adidas, that whole video that I did about the boot summer sneaker that Adidas did, like, it kind of puts me in mind of like that, the Total 90 from Nike, and then these Pumas. Like, they kind of put me in mind of those shoes. So I'm really liking it. Obviously, I like what they're doing with the colors. I like what they're doing with the textures. And I feel like this is a great silhouette for, like, you know, more predominantly like a short. I see this more with shorts than I do with pants, but I've seen people pull these off with pants and they don't look bad. So again, we're talking about affordability. People don't have as much money that they want to spend on sneakers. Like, the typical price range for like most hype sneakers is like $180 and $200. I'm not rich. So when I see 180, 200, I almost check out immediately, bro. So to get a sneaker for 130 or less, and it does look really good, what more can you ask for? Now, to send it all, to close up this top 5 sneakers for the summer, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with the OG. The one that I feel like people kind of forgot about, because there's so many like different sneakers out there now. There's so many collab sneakers out there, so many players in it. You got Brooks, you got, you know, Saucony, there's so many players right now. So it's easy to forget about the ones that held you down when you didn't have much. I'm talking about Chuck Taylors. I'm talking about Converse. Even though there's so much creativity happening in the space of sneakers and footwear, you cannot forget the ones that just, like, it goes with everything. This is very similar in comparison to the Vans Authentic low top sneaker. Like, Vans, Chuck Taylors kind of go hand in hand with me because I'm from the West Coast. But Chuck Taylors, bro, again, when you want to go all the way up to premium and you get one of their collabs, maybe with like Coca-Cola or a Kid, you go get to that price point where it's like $200, $300 for resale. But then like the basic ones, like just basic black ones or just basic Chuck Taylors are still so fire. Again, I talked about how you can dress up the claws and you could dress it down. Same thing goes with the Chuck Taylor. You can literally wear a pair of Chucks with a suit and nobody's gonna side eye you. You can wear a pair of Chucks with a vintage tee, some vintage shorts, and that's it. And there's so much variation between it. I just saw these leather woven Converse. I was blown back. I was like, these are actually fire. This is a great pair of sneakers, and still for $150 and less. I've seen Our Legacy just do a collab with Chucks. fire. I just seen Stussy did multiple collabs with Chuck Taylors, and you can still get those to this day. Like, these are sneakers that are readily available. You don't have to go through no third party to try to find it. You can find these online for a very reasonable price, and some of them are discounted. Like, we want to talk about sneakers that you can get right now, not sneakers that you have to take out a loan on your house for. So again, just to wrap up, number one being Vans Authentic low top sneakers. Next up is going to be the Gardner Clog, the Plasticanos Fire. Gel Nimbus, Asics Gel Nimbus 10.1. Then we got the Puma BS1, and then we have Chuck Taylors. If you're going on vacation and you can only pack 5 pairs of shoes in that suitcase, I think those would get you through anything you're gonna do on vacation. Because I feel like if you're going to a very tropical place, all of these sneakers will do you just. Even if you're just going to a different city, like, these will still do you just. Like, these are just great summer sneakers that you can get right now for a very affordable price. You don't have to go through no extra hassle, into no raffle, do no extra. Like, these are just good staple sneakers, pieces of footwear to have in your closet. Now, with that all being said, let me know in the comments, what is something that I left out? What is something like, hey, nah, you tripping? Obviously, I try to leave out things like Jordan 1s, Dunks, Adidas Sambas, or things like that, that people are kind of like aware of that they could rock for the summer. I want to go for things that people may not know, even though Vans is having a crazy year, so everybody knows about Vans, but I still feel like people don't know for real. But let me know in the comments, what sneaker did I leave off this list? Again, this is just my list. I'm always curious on what you guys think. But without further ado, like I always do, I will catch y'all in the next one.
Love the way you work it. Ay, I love the way you work it for me.